Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Gons again with a video here talking about the show called Lab Rats on Disney XD. Now, I've watched this show since it first started back in February of 2012. I knew right from the get-go that this was transhumanist propaganda. It's pretty obvious right from the beginning. You know, they're in their fourth season now. I watch it as, every once in a while as entertaining, and I do think it's a pretty entertaining show. It's pretty funny and stuff like that, but I never turn off the analytical part of my brain when I watch it just to pick up on things that are pretty obvious. Now, I've never really made videos like this before, but I was inspired by Mario from The Vigilant Christian to start actually talking about some of these things that I see and just throwing it out there, let you guys share it and talk about it because, I do see a lot of stuff, just on the TV or if I'm driving around town. There's all kinds of stuff, guys. I mean, I'll talk about it in a future video. There is a ziggurat in my town, okay? No joke, a ziggurat. So I'm going to talk about that in the future. But for this video, I want to talk about the show Lab Rats. Now, Lab Rats, again, is a show on the Disney XD. Let me just play for you the intro, and you'll hear right away why this show caught my attention.
The world's first bionic superhumans. They're stronger than us, faster, smarter. The next generation of the human race is
living in my basement?
Okay, first off, all right, you heard the lines there. The world's first bionic superhumans. They're stronger than us, faster, smarter. The next generation of the human race is living in my basement. Now, the next generation of the human race is pretty straightforward transhumanist stuff, okay? But here's something interesting that I just caught as I was putting this little video together. Look at Leo. This is the main character, Leo. Now, the show is about Leo, who is a boy, and his mother gets remarried to a billionaire inventor named Donald Davenport. And when he first moves in with his new stepdad, Leo discovers 3 teenage siblings living in his basement, just like he said there in the little video there. And those 3 siblings are bionic. Now, I just noticed this t-shirt he's wearing right when I was making this video. Check this out, guys. I mean, let me back it up a little bit. Maybe it'll be a little clearer. There it is. Okay. Come on, guys. Illuminati triangle, all-seeing eye. Okay? Straightforward. It says be smart, have an accent. I think it says wear glasses. Stroke, of course, it always has to have that sexual innuendo. Play chess. It says lie. Okay, that's interesting. So this is straight up Illuminati driven. Okay, it has to be. Why would Leo be wearing this shirt with the all-seeing eye on it out of any shirt that he can wear for the intro sequence of the program? So there you go. We know that what the all-seeing eye is about. It's on the back of the dollar bill. This represents the Eye of Horus, the all-seeing eye, the Illuminati symbol. I'm not going to get into it. Most of you guys watching this video hopefully know what that means. And if you don't, just search the internet. There's plenty of stuff out there on this topic. But the reason why I wanted to actually talk about Lab Rats in this video is because this upcoming weekend, there is a new episode coming out, and it's the start of season 4 of Lab Rats, and I want to show you guys the trailer because I think there's some interesting things that it also tells us about what is going on in terms of propaganda. So here's the trailer to the new season of Lab Rats with the episode called Rise of the Secret Soldiers. Okay, check this out.
The war is coming. People are freaking out.
It's an entire bionic army.
one last mission.
This is the end of you! Every time we take our flag, 20 more show up.
If we fuse our abilities, we may not make it.
Lab Rats, Rise of the Secret Soldiers.
Pretty straightforward. I don't know if you guys saw this early on, but right at the beginning of the video, you can see that there was an EMP, okay? Now, a lot of these shows and stuff, they always do a little bit of social conditioning. So could this be a little bit of social conditioning to tell us that They are preparing for some kind of EMP. And if and when an EMP happens, the only people that can save us are the bionic humans, right? But interesting title, Rise of the Secret Soldiers, okay? Now, if you've looked at Russ Disdar's work at all, you know Rise of the Super Soldiers, very similar verbiage there. But I want to focus on these 3 concentric rings here overlapping. Now, this is a symbol that is part of the show. You can see them wearing this logo here, and it's on throughout, it's on the walls and stuff like that in their laboratory. It's a symbol that's on the show from the beginning, and I was always curious about it, so I did look it up. Now, it's called the Borromean Rings, and it's got a pretty rich history, and it's been used in many different forms. And I'll put a link to all this stuff that I'm about to show you, including the videos and everything. You can read through the Wikipedia here, but the one thing that really stood out to me that was interesting was that the Borromean Rings, back in 1997, a scientist, Chengde Mao, successfully constructed a set of rings from DNA. Why are they doing that? In 2003, the same thing was completed at UCLA in one step from 18 components. So it went from 18 components to create these concentric rings. One of the things that the Borromean rings represent is, of course, 3 rings together. If you take out one, everything falls apart. It's used in describing the Trinity, Christian Trinity, and it's been used for various other things. The other thing that's interesting is that the quantum mechanical analog of the Borromean rings is called a halo state, or Efimov state. Now, I'm not really big on physics. I mean, in terms of understanding it, I understand a little bit. I'm sure there's people out there that understand physics far more than I do. And here, again, I'll link this page here that explains the Efimov state. I read through this. It was a little bit over my head. I'm not very good with understanding everything that was explained here. But if I'm not mistaken, it is a state, a quantum state that was theorized back in the 70s by Efimov, who was a Russian scientist. And now they've been able to see it. And it represents the halo state. Now, there's another thing that's interesting about the Borromean rings. Now, here are the Borromean rings. Now, again, I'll link this. This is a whole website that talks about the history and the symbolism, the way it's been used throughout history. Again, I'll link in the description section all of these things here. It goes through different things that it's been used for. I thought it was interesting that it was used as a Viking symbol. It's been used for horns, moons, snakes, even sickles. And again, it's been used in mathematics, physics, and chemistry. And one of the ones that I thought was interesting was in chemistry or physics. I'm sorry. It's in physics. The torus link. The Borromean rings is a description of the torus link. And of course, the torus we know is part of, if you studied free energy devices and things like that, you'll see the torus as an important shape. But going back to lab rats, I basically wanted to just point out those interesting things about, of course, the Illuminati shirt that Leo's wearing. One of the things that I forgot to mention earlier is that Leo gets injured in the show. And, there's all this drama happening with Leo's stepdad's brother, and there's this whole thing that happens. But anyway, Leo gets injured, and his stepdad's brother replaces his arm with a bionic arm. And now Leo is bionic in the show. So again, a little bit of propaganda to show that, hey, even if you get injured or if you get hurt, we can recreate you even better, stronger, faster, all that stuff. And so again, it's the transhumanist propaganda on the road to post-humanity, this idea that humans need to take control of their own evolution. There's no God in the picture. There's no salvation from Jesus Christ in the picture. And if you go and watch Age of Deceit 2, you'll see all of the reasons why the whole transhumanist philosophy is really an ancient philosophy similar to that of alchemy. And I go through that whole thought process in the film. And, again, it's interesting because the transhumanist and the Christian are both seeking the same thing, and that is eternal life or a better life, extended life, whatever you want to call it. And the fascinating thing to me has always been that Jesus Christ provides eternal life. That's part of his salvation message. And you don't need bionics or some kind of genetic manipulation or genetic enhancement to gain that. But at the same time, in the book of Revelation and other places in the Bible, it talks about a strong delusion. It talks about the Antichrist, mortal head wound in chapter 13 of the book of Revelation. being resurrected from that, and the mark of the beast and the image of the beast that's going to talk. And I mean, it all sounds a lot like very advanced technology, artificial intelligence, the singularity, and things like that. So again, if you want to get into all that, you can go check out my movie Age of Deceit 2, Alchemy and the Rise of the Beast Image. So that being said, check out Rise of the Secret Soldiers, Lab Rats. It's on Disney XD. It's going to air on January 26th. That's about a week from today. And again, watch it with your analytical brain turned on. Don't turn that part of your brain off. That's when the suggestions creep in. Take notes, comment. If you guys saw something else in the videos that I missed, go ahead, mention it in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. Please share this video with friends or family that might be into the Disney Channel or Disney XD. In our household, we don't really watch a whole lot of TV, but you know, my wife does come home and she's really tired. She doesn't really want to do anything but sort of, you know, relax on the couch. And so we flip on the TV and, you know, 90% of the time it's Disney Channel. Yes, we are grown-ups watching the Disney Channel because everything else on TV is pretty, you know, pretty pathetic in my opinion. So, but, you know, I'll be doing a little bit more of this kind of stuff. The Disney Channel in particular is very interesting to me because there is a lot of occult symbolism. There's a lot of stuff going on there. I've blogged about different shows on the Disney Channel. It's pretty obvious. Of course, you guys know about the show Gravity Falls, all kinds of symbolism there, almost mocking this idea of the Illuminati in the show. Maybe I'll do another video on that. I think the authors or the creators of that show know that they're doing it intentionally and things of that nature. So anyway, that's about it for this video. Again, thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.